Here we go. Okay, so we're on page Lamed Aleph. That's what I said. I hope I'm right. His boyers say that his pashtas of Gavuros b'shev shavuos shal omer. Let's read across the top first. Okay, let's forget everything, okay? He says, Hine b'shev of b'shvua rishon mis b'shetes v'yeredes bin the das gevura achas v'nekneses b'chesed the zeranpen. So one gevura goes into the first spot in zeranpen. B'shvua sheni yeredes gevura achas min the das v'nekneses b'gevura the zeranpen v'kein al derek zem. Ad shenim sheyardach gevura chamishiv b'hodza. B'shvua shishi, now you move to this. Miskabetz's klalos chamisha gevuras then is a a joining together of the klalos of the gevur of the chamisha gevuras. V'nekneses b'yisod v'chein b'shvua shvi the klalos chamisha then the klalos of the other five that are in yisod. Gevuras neknases b'malchus, they come then into malchus the zeranpin al derek hanizgar be'inyan his pashtus hachamisha chasadim. Now he says it like that, but we haven't talked about chasadim in this drush. Okay, so let's read the light print. The light print says like this, number yud. Let's see, what are we on? Number yud out. He says v'hinei b'shvua rishon. We said that already. Light print. Atach of the buyer bepratus as say that his pashas of chamisha gevuros. B'zer anpin v'mechas svira, b'zer sidbin b'shvua rishon, you had Yeredis min the das of Gevurah of Rishayna v'niknes v'speshet b'zoch b'chesed b'zer anpin, for Shvua Sheni, then he goes on to Shvua Sheni, but Shvua Sheni, Yeredis of Gevurah of Shnia b'makoma from its place where is it located, to begin with in the das, v'niknases and mispeshet b'gevurah b'zer anpin. So going on, he says, Al derek zechet na'azech b'shvua zeboim, because shvua mispeshetes gevura achaz b'sfira achaz ad shvua hachamishi, shemispeshetes ha'gevura hachamishi b'chod zeranpen. Going on, he says, Ashishi nikneses b'chinas aklalos hachamishi gevuras and mispeshetes b'yisod zeranpen. So I understand what the literal translation of the word aklalos is, but I'm trying to understand that in the sphere itself, there's a concept called a kolel, which is not, I don't know, does it mean to say, for example, in Chesed, which we've seen before, it means that there's all the other seven or all the other six are included, the other five, let's say, are included within it, and as a result of that, that's a kolel, something like that. I'm not sure, it's not giving me a definition on that yet. So then there's another aspect of it, has to be explained, how you have exactly what klalos means. Let me get a little bit focus here. Shehi klalos klalusam, he said the mispashtach b'malchus zer anpin, behind the b'spheros malchus apratis shalom. Shehi atarasi yisod, says that. So he said, "Ve'ena kavana kan the partzuf no, we're not talking about that partzuf. Shehi bechinas hamalchus, the klalos atzilus of all of its silus. That's another definition for malchus. So he said of the kolel of the again the klalos atzilus of looking at silus as a group. Just one group, this would be the bottom of that. But looking at the end of the Yisod, you would have that. So it's very similar, but it's just a tip. So let's go on now. We're going to be on number Tes Zayin, and it says, "Of Mashin is boyer kansha milvad hamisha kavuras atzman, a mispashtin besviros chesed kavur teferes." And that's a whole yisera anpin. There's something else. Yeshnan od shnei bechinas klalos the gevuras. There's another two aspects, what's called a kola. Mispashtos b'yisod the malchus, and where do they go? They go to those places. We're going to see it later. Labi his pashtos of chasadim. The Afsha Yeshnam Rak HaMisha Chasadim. So there's only 5, so how do you get to 7 places? Because Makom came Sheva Bechinas, but there are 7 Bechinas, Vifi Sheyeshnam Shnei Bechinas Klalos Shel Chasadim. Well, Derek Zera Bechu Gam came Gevuros, the commotion is boyer, so there's some kind of a kolel. And I'm thinking that maybe my guess over here is it could work. I mean, the fact that that within each one of them is all the rest. So maybe that's all that concept of all the rest is what the kolel is. I'm not sure. Let's go on to number 7, Yud Zayin, and we'll read down below. So every Shavua has 7 days in it. Shemashacha Hispashlu shall call Gevura Naasa or the Meshach or the Masha. Okay, we'll go with the Hispashlu shall call Gevura Naasa B'Shavayomim. So this takes 7 days to get the 5 basics and the 2 kololim. So Atam Kul the fish B'Kol B'Chidas Mehem. Yesh Sheva Bechinas, because of that. Oh, so now he's okay. So I'm an educated guy, so I read this one before. Hatam bezera bechusha kol gevura ba'atzma nechalechas Sheva Bechina perhatius hagat nehem kagon hagevura harishona, just like the first gevura. Amis b'shetes b'sfiras chesed is there anpin v'hagevura chazos nikra chesed. It's called chesed. Al shem shemis b'shetes b'sfiras chesed, because that's what it does. That's its location in Zeranpin. Nechlechas the Sheva Bechina, but then it gets divided into 7 parts. The Chesed Shebechesed, Gevur Shebechesed, Tefer Shebechesed, Natz Shebechesed, Hob Shebechesed, Yisod Shebechesed, Umalchus Shebechesed. V'chein al derek zera, but because Sheva Bechinas Gevuros, so you have this in all the 7. The Haidach Hamisha Gevuros, V'shnei Bechinas Klalos and Iskarim. So each one of them is like that. The Fizeh Mavur Madua Mashach his pashtos shall call Gevura Na'asa. So excuse me, it's Meshach. His pashtos shall call the Gevura Na'asa B'Shavayomim. Shekaim B'Kol Yom is B'Shetes Rak B'Chid Pratis Achas Shel HaGevura HaNekneses. Going on. So ZOHAR Ketzad. So how does this work? Shavua Rishon Nekneses HaGevura Rishona, which is the Chesed is their Anpin. Of the Sifra Chesed Atzma Yesh Sheva Bechinas Atzma. Shehem Chesed Shebechesed Gevura Shebechesed etc. Mivoyer Ketzad. Now we're explaining how this whole thing works. He said Ketzad Na'az is Pashtus B'Shvura Rishona. How does that work out? He said V'Chanaknim. Shahasfiras is their Anpin Atzma. When we talk about this, we said the spheres of their Anpin himself. He said, Nechalakas Agam Av Haim Kol Achav the Sheva. All of them could be divided into 7 too. That is 7 Sephiras, Pratios, Chagat Nehem. Chesed the Chesed, Gevur the Chesed, etc. But B'Shvura Rishon, Mispeshet is a Gevur Rishon, of the Sephiras the Chesed is their Anpin, but opens there in the same way. And what is that way? He says, B'yom HaRishon, Mispeshetes Bechinas Chesed Gevura Chesed the Gevura Gevur Rishon because Spheres Chesed the Chesed is their Anpin. B'yom HaSheni Mispeshetes Bechinas the Gevura the Gevura Rishon. The Spheres of Gevura the Chesed is their Anpin. B'yom HaShlishim Mispeshetes Bechinas the Feres of the Gevura Rishona. B'Spheres at the Feres the Chesed is their Anpin v'chein holo al derek zeh ad shebiyom hashvi shel hashavua rishon and b'Speshetes bechinas malchus of a gevur rishon. B'Spheres of malchus the Chesed is their Anpin. So that's how it goes in each one of the slots inside is their Anpin, so to speak. So let me see where we're at here. Number Kaf Tes, Kaf Bes. We have to get the Kaf Bes. Then we'll look at the blurb up above. We see that Bezerah Mevurah Mantuot Sark Sheva Yamin his pashtus Hagavura. So why do we need this in order to explain? We need 7 days to be dispashed the Gavura Rishona B'Sfiras Chesed is their Anpin. Keneged Sheva Bechinas Apratios Sheyesh b'chesed is their anpin. So now we say that there's 7 parts in each one. Number 12, Tkov Aleph, Zecher b'kein al derek zecher b'shechah sheva shavuos. Also we have this. All the rest of the 7 weeks. Zecher b'derek zecher na'asis his pashness of gevurah b'kol sheva shavuos. So this same way, you have the spread of the gevuros here in all the sheva shavuos. Shekol gevurah nechlechel the sheva b'chila pratius. B'kol yom mimei ha-shavua nekneset b'chila achad pratius shel gevurah b'sferis pratius achad shel sferis sheba mispashetet gevurah b'os ha-shavua. Let's look up at the top for this little blurb that he has here. Yizboyer Cha'atam, so let me explain the reason Sha'al Yedei Sfiras Omer, that through Sfiras Omer, Nimshach Or Hamaki Lahamtek Gevuros, the Or Panimi. So this is what happens here now. He said of Baklala, so looking at the whole thing, is Boyer Lamet Sarak Lis Bor Daika Bepeh. We didn't do this yet, right? We didn't do this yet? Yeah, we did. Okay, let's skip. So I'm going over old ground. Let's flip over to number Lamed Hey. So page Lamed Hey. This is where I should have started. I'm sorry, it's a little behind there. So he says this Boyer Drush Cut, but I think at least that anyway for myself it illuminated the fact that I could get a grasp perhaps on the Klalos, where he says the whole bunch of the I'll say like the Gevurah, all the 7 of Gevurah, 7 parts of Gevurah, maybe that's what makes the Kolel. So let's go to this Boyer Drush Cotton. Tam Nachon Lemisbar Mem Tes Yimei Omer. So this is a real good reason, he says. So let's look at, I guess we'll look down below in number Kof Vov. Number Kof Vov. That's where we're supposed to be. Od Bekontras Adam Acher. So we're back with someone else again. Matzanse Be'inyan Sfiris Omer Ba'ofen Acher. I saw the Mitzvah of this Sfiris Omer in a different way. Atem Bevar Mahalak Acher B'Seder Atikum Shal Sfiris Omer. Lefi Mahalak Zech Niknazim is Pashni B'Mecha Sfira Heina Chasada V'Heina Gevuros B'Gam Es HaMahalak Hazeh. And also this, he says, Lo Nakter B'Sidurim L'Maisa, but you don't really find this in the Sidurim. So what is this? He said number Kof Zayin, he's a Dav. He hidech b'tzeis yisachah min Mitzrayim. Yotzach ha'chasada b'chavucha b'min adas shall akatnas dezer anpin. So we're in Mitzrayim, in a state of katnas. But now the chasadim and the gevuras come out. But he says min hagudas shall akatnas dezer anpin. The das of katnas. Then it's pashdach the bata begufa kanisker, and it spreads down into the bottom, into the body kanisker. La'el be'inyan the Pesach, as we said before. Nisboyer la'el, shebizman galas Mitzrayim, nistalko l'mochim v'lahoyer b'zer anpen. V'chazach of the shorshim, and they go back into their shorish kadei shelo yankol mechem achitzayim, shenisgavro oz, ubeprat moach hadas, shebo choyim pagam. There is where the damage occurred. The nistalko ha'chasadim v'chavuros, so now the neck is an interface between the mochi, the source of the mochi, which is in the head, and the body. And it doesn't go down into the body, it remains up above. The chazak of the shorshim, and they go back into their root. B'shorshim, b'inyan the Pesach, let's see, where are we? B'socha b'moach hadas, sheberosh the zer anpin. And after this, be Yitzias Mitzrayim, shall oz nizbatlo achizes akali, yotzem b'chasada b'chagavors b'shorsham shebemuach hadas, v'chozim, now they're like free, v'chozim his pasha b'zer anpen, in the goof of the zer anpen, v'his pashtus hazos, na'azach b'meshach yimei Sfira, so it continues to go on during the days of Sfira. He says, so now we're in between, so today is the, Baruch Hashem, it's the ninth day of the, that's it? We're out of time?
Mm-hmm.
6
ninth day.
Okay, thank you. Oh, you said, you say the 9th day. Okay, yeah. Okay, but he's gone anyway. Okay, so we didn't quite make it through that, and I apologize for the fact that I started in the wrong place. This is Baruch Fleischman, and we're listening to the Tikkun Elevator Kola.